Previously on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
เช็คแฮนด์ไม้ยิ้มกอดแก้มจูบครับยืนเด็กไม้ไปกอดไป
From Hollywood, it's Jimmy Kimmel Live. Tonight, Jake Gyllenhaal, Whitney Cummings, and music from Boy Genius with Cleto and the Cleto. And now, Jimmy Kimmel. Holy day for cannabis lovers here and around the world. It's 420 today, also known as Hashoshana, Bon Kippur, Happy Hanukkah to all, whatever you call it. This is the holiday where parents leave milk and cookies out for themselves. And I haven't smelled so much weed out on Hollywood Boulevard since yesterday, I think, actually. Every day's 420 here in Hollywood. The origin of 420, if you don't know, goes back to a group of high school students up in Marin County who called themselves the Waldos. They would meet at a statue near their school in the early 70s to smoke joints at 4:20 p.m. They were supposed to meet at 3:20 p.m., but you know how that goes. So, and somehow this got around, and now it's 4:20. Some people think 4:20 is Bob Marley's birthday. It's not. That's in February. It is his son's birthday, though, Bob Marley's son. But Bob Marley had a lot of sons, so the odds on that were really extra good. I will say it has been interesting over the last 20 years to watch the media, specifically the news media, go from never, ever even mentioning pot unless like a bale of it washed up on the beach to just absolutely giggling and giddying it up about it at 420.
It is Cannabis Christmas for weed lovers.
420, never 420.
420, that's when you toke up.
Okay, so puff, puff, pass.
The first 420 in Missouri since the state legalized recreational marijuana.
I'm kind of giddy about this.
To be blunt, it's all about getting high today, right?
We all know what today is on the calendar, so there's no beating around the kush.
It's going to be warm enough. You can go out and toke it easy, you know, just be... take it easy.
Let's talk about weed.
You mean marijuana? Lighting up for a dance with Mary Jane.
Oh, my. Edible. Those brownies, where you at?
Chronic. Dank. Puff.
The sticky icky.
Ganja.
The devil's lettuce.
The wacky weed.
420.
420.
420.
420.
420.
420.
420, we are allowed to talk about the weed. We aren't allowed to mention it. It's Hitler's birthday.
How disappointing. Well, but that's true. It is. It's also Hitler's birthday today. It's National Marijuana Day and Hitler's birthday. It is a day celebrated by the most and least chill people in the world. Some reporters even ventured out in the field for 420, including Charlie Langton of Fox 2 News in Detroit, who followed this bong-hitting report from the parking lot outside the Detroit Herbal Center.
By the way, we're here on Wyoming and Linden, west side of Detroit, at the Detroit Herbal Center.
Right. So, what was that last question?
Where are we going? Where are you guys going after this?
Well,
think about it.
Yeah, the bus driver. Yeah, okay.
Jackpot. All right, so this is Jackpot here.
Well, you know what? A local news person finding a guy named Jackpot is indeed a jackpot. And then, with Jackpot at his side, the TV interviewer suddenly became the interviewee.
As far as weed, do you partake, Chuck?
Well, sometimes. I
just heard you
live. Jay, well, this is live television over here. My mother's watching the show.
I hear you asking questions.
And these are good questions. And they only got better from there.
Do you think weed, here, pay attention. Do you think weed is becoming more acceptable now with the mainstream?
It really been acceptable, and it just more people can do it like freely.
Yeah, it's back there.
How long will this last you about?
How long will this last me? This
Yeah.
gonna be gone before we get out the lot, man. Free weed. Who wants some weed? Here, grab you some. Grab you some. Yeah.
You get weed. You get weed.
Everybody's very friendly around here.
That's right. That's right. That's how you make America great again, right there. Get a jar full of nugs and hand it out. Today was also the day SpaceX, Elon Musk's company, went ahead with that rocket launch they had to cancel on Monday. This is the launch. They dressed things up a little bit for... wait a minute. I think we may have the wrong video there. No, this is the actual launch. This is what they call the SpaceX Starship. They're calling this the most expensive penis overcompensation in American history. The Starship was in the air for about 4 minutes until multiple engines went out and it blew up, which for some reason elicited a big round of applause from the company. The rocket experienced what SpaceX called a rapid unscheduled disassembly, which it's the same thing that happened to Twitter when Elon Musk took over. It's called a, I have to hand it to them. Rapid unscheduled disassembly is one hell of a way to describe your rocket blowing up. That's up there with wardrobe malfunction and conscious uncoupling. But that disassembly cost SpaceX $3 billion, which is, you could defame 4 different voting machine companies for that much money. Elon's defenders were quick to point out that this was only a test and the rocket was actually supposed to explode, which is definitely what I would say if my $3 billion rocket exploded. They've not been able to explain the damage he's done to Twitter, though. Today was the great de-checketing on Twitter. Basically, if you didn't sign up for Elon's $8 a month plan by today, you lost your blue verification mark. So some of the world's best and brightest had their checks taken away this morning, including His Holiness Pope Francis, Her Holiness Oprah, and somehow I lost my blue check, but Jimmy Fallon got to keep his blue check. I guess it means he's the only real Jimmy now. I don't know. And guess who else still has a check mark? You ready for this? OJ got to keep his check mark. I guess you don't want to make him mad, though, right? I mean, this who still has a check thing is interesting because both Stephen King and LeBron James publicly said they would not pay for Twitter, and yet they still have their check marks. And people are speculating now that Elon left their marks alone to shame those guys publicly, which is the only company that can embarrass you by admitting you pay for their product. It's really just Twitter and YouPorn, and that's it. And while this might not seem like a big deal for a lot of celebrities, this is like the hardest thing they've ever been through. Losing my check, it kind of feels like losing my virginity in a way. It's like, it was confusing, it was glitchy, you weren't sure what was going on, and it happened just like that. It was done. Donald Trump is not on Twitter, you know. He is on Truth Social, and he's busy posting videos about what a good time he had when he got arrested.
As much as I can enjoy a day like Tuesday, where the radical left lunatics, maniacs, and perverts had me indicted and arrested for no reason whatsoever, there was no crime. It was an unbelievable experience, perhaps the best day in history for somebody who had just suffered unjustifiable indictment.
Oh, he's having fun being indicted. That's good because it's going to happen a bunch more times. So and sadly, even though being arrested brought him a great deal of joy, Trump is still angry. He's been going particularly hard at Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg.
Failed District Attorney Alvin Bragg shut down New York City and will spend an estimated $200 million in New York City funds for something that everybody says isn't even a crime. It's nothing. And yet you have murderers walking all over the street, drug dealers. You have everybody walking all over the street.
Got everybody walking all over the street. You can't have that. By the way, I looked it up. Last year, there were more homicides in Palm Beach County, where Donald Trump lives, than in all of Manhattan. But that doesn't take anything away from the fact that Trump has been very wrongly wronged.
After 8 years of various politically motivated investigations, hoaxes, scams, and witch hunts, this must make me the most honest and honorable man anywhere in the world.
Must it, though? I feel like it might not. And then Trump signed off with the question that, I don't know, might be the most important question of all.
Where's Hunter?
He misses Hunter. It's actually kind of sweet, isn't it? In South Carolina, Trump's chief rival on the Republican side, of course, is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. He was there. All of a sudden, he's going after his own piece of the MAGA-verse by going after what he calls the woke.
So because the woke represents a war on truth, we have no other recourse but to wage a war on woke. We fight the woke in the schools. We fight the woke in the legislature. We fight the woke in the corporations. We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob. Florida is where woke goes to die.
Florida's where everyone goes to die. That's not, it's not notable. Meanwhile, Congressman George Santos has a new scandal brewing. You know, during his campaign, I didn't even know about this. Santos promised he would donate his salary if he won, all $174,000 a year of it, to charity, to a variety of charities for veterans, food kitchens, et cetera. He said he'd do this on a quarterly basis, but so far there's been no proof that he's donated anything to anyone. And when pressed by a reporter today, Spurious George said, I owe you no explanation to what I do with my salary. Do you think I'm going to burden the nonprofits that I'm going to write checks to so people of the likes of you can go harass them? Right. Very considerate. And to be fair, he did try to make a donation to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, but all the kids were like, we wish you weren't a congressman. And so now I don't know what he's doing now, but please respect his privacy. This is a very difficult time for George and his wife, Cher, okay? I mentioned earlier, today is 420, and for that reason, it is time now to play the 420th game in the whole world. It's called Who's High? Our announcer, Lou, is out front of our theater on Hollywood Boulevard. Lou, it looks like you're high, just to start off with. Is the light bright out there?
It's so bright.
I mean, I can't see your eyes at all.
Well, contrary to my hairstyle, no, I am not high. It's just this really bright light.
Okay, that sounds like a lie, but all right. So you got 3 pedestrians there. 2 of your pedestrians are not high. Is that correct?
That is correct.
1 of your pedestrians is high. So, and your job, contestants, is to try to trick me. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. So now Daniel's the only one that responded to that question, so... Okay, all right, let's start with Natalie. Natalie, where are you from?
Hello, I'm from Texas.
Yeah, what part of Texas?
A very, very small town in Texas called Lufkin.
Lufkin, okay. Yes. All right, what are your hobbies, Natalie?
I like to do photography, event decorating, and I even play an instrument.
What instrument do you play?
The flute.
Oh, that's kind of a high thing, right?
Kind of.
You still play the instrument, or was it just a high school thing?
I do it occasionally, yes.
Okay. And do you ever smoke out of it? All right, let's meet Daniel. Daniel, where are you from?
I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Daniel, would you mind removing your glasses so I can get a full look at you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. A little bit. Look, he's laughing already.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's zoom in a little closer on Daniel's eyes and yes. Okay, so this is like a Visine commercial all of a sudden.
Is that good?
All right, Daniel, what do you do for work, Daniel?
Professional skateboarder.
Oh my God, so you might as well have just told me you're the guy, right? I mean... All right, let me talk to Linda then and see, Linda. Now, Linda, they like to be tricky, and Linda, just kind of looking at you, you seem like you'd be the least likely to be high, which makes me think maybe you're the most likely to be high. Linda, where are you from?
St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada.
Oh, you're from Newfoundland. Have you been to Dildo there?
I was just going to mention Mr. Absentee Mayor.
Well, yes, I am the honorary mayor of Dildo, and I've not visited the town, but one of these days I will get there. But let's focus on you. Is cannabis legal in Newfoundland?
Yes.
How long has that been the case?
I didn't notice. I'm sorry, I didn't notice.
That either puts you on one side or the other. I'm not sure. All right. Well, okay. Yeah. What do you do for work, Linda?
I'm a retired dentist.
A retired dentist? Yes. Okay. So all dentists are on drugs, right?
Well, we certainly know them.
You ever get that gas, that little canister that they have, and just take a couple of hits off that at work?
I administer it.
Yeah, but to yourself?
That's a little tricky.
Okay. Linda, what are your plans for the rest of the night?
Oh, lots to do. I'm actually heading down maybe to Orange County.
Oh, okay, yeah, you'll get there about midnight. All right, well, let's see. Now, you know what? This is hard. This is really hard. I am going to say, Natalie, are you high?
I am not.
You are not?
Nope.
Well, the obvious choice is Daniel, so I'm not going to go with that either. Linda, are you high?
Thank
Linda, that microphone is for your mouth.
Sorry, what else can I say?
Well, yes or no would be good.
There's some conclusions that we could draw from that, yes.
Okay, all right. We have a prize for everybody. What do we have, Lou?
We've got a Frisbee for dogs.
A Frisbee for dogs. Oh, do any of you have dogs?
No, but I love them.
Okay. All right. Thank you for playing Who's High and Happy 420, everybody.